Canadians could face detention if denied U.S. entry. Ottawa warns. Well, what was the propaganda coming out of Ottawa all of a sudden? There it is. They're warning people. Basically, don't go to the U.S. You don't want to go to the U.S. That's what they're telling you here. In a travel advisory update on Friday, the federal government says Canadians should expect scrutiny when crossing ports of entry and to expect questioning and potential search of their electronic devices. That's kind of funny because we actually covered the same thing that they were trying to tell us before. 1984 in full force, Canadian phone searches now at U.S. border. Agenda 2020 rollout 6 years ago. So that's when we're going through our Agenda 2020 discussion way back in the day. And yeah, they were doing the same thing, and Ottawa was warning the exact same thing back then. But you could face detention if denied entry in any country on the planet. The last time I got my phone searched was when I came back from vacation as a Canadian, I'm a dual citizen, coming into Canada. An East Indian lady ran across the airport when we're getting our bags and walking out, checked the card off, handed it to me. I made a video of this. I stayed in like some sort of holding area for about 9 to 11 hours. I was sleeping on a table. There was no chairs in that room they put me in. They took all my devices, all my electronics. They took everything I had. They even took, I think I had a watch on. They took everything I had. All my bags, they completely took everything apart. The lady ran up to me and said, "You're hiding something." I know. And she struck down a card, called the security. Security came and put me in a room. And I was there from 8 to 11 hours. I couldn't even call my family to tell them. So the last time that happened was coming into Canada. That happened to me was coming into Canada from overseas. Okay. So this is what they're warning. So what is the Canadian government really trying to hide? So I did go to America. There's my videos here of the United States. I went all over the place, and I found the same thing all over the whole western seaboard of America. It's spotless. It's clean. And this is what Canadian governments don't want you to see. How spotless. Look at that. San Francisco. We have tons of footage. Not a single piece of trash, not a single piece of graffiti, not a single bum anywhere. But they don't want you to see this, because when you start to realize that property values are a quarter of the price in the United States and what people are paying up in Canada, millions of dollars for a teardown, where basically you could get away with living a simple life in the United States. So Canadian governments don't want you to see this. Right? They want you to have fear in how dangerous. And there's another place here in America we went to, and it was completely spotless. Everywhere was spotless. Here's another one, Seattle. Look at Seattle. It was 18 degrees centigrade outside. It was warm. It was nice. Everyone was going for a walk, and we went to the Climate Pledge Arena there to show you guys how cleanliness and spotless the entire city was. You couldn't find any graffiti. You couldn't find any bums. You could find all these videos on our YouTube channel there. You could see them all. There's no graffiti, no bums. And the odd person would comment in there and say, oh, it's raining. That's why there's nobody outside. No, minus 40 in Canada, there'll be people all over the place here asking for money and stepping over people to get to where you're going, right? So, and here's another one here. I don't know about you guys, man. I think the Canadian government is in fear of Canadian flight. And we've been telling you guys for years and years, more and more people are leaving. Canadian brain drain, go look at a video from 2013. Canadian brain drain is real. And I actually interviewed a nurse that said she moved to Ocala, Florida. She lived in Vancouver, St. Paul's Hospital, I think it was. She left and she moved to Florida. She bought a house for $120,000. So basically, that's what's happening. I think Canadian governments are dissuading Canadians from going into America, because I always thought the whole west coast of America was a big destruction, graffiti, everything everywhere, and it was dangerous and all kinds of stuff. And when I went there, I think I saw one pothole, and I really went there. I really went through all the places and checked places out and checked out their bad areas. And yeah, anyways, I'm thinking they're just dissuading people from going across the border to see what's really going on there. Check out the videos on my channel and see what you think. Let me know in the comments below. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.